We know that nothing can create everything, right? Because nothing creates nothing. So you don't believe in God's existence at all?
I mean, I believe in like a higher power existence, maybe on some level. But I've been to like every kind of church. I've been like Pentecostal, Catholic, Baptist, all that shit. But
You think it's nothing created everything?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
You did DMT?
I've done DMT, and so what I'm gonna say is, so you go into trip and the spiral starts happening, and you go in the zone. But
like goofy tunnel.
Yeah, but what happens after the drug wears off very quickly?
Oh! Don't let him do you like that. Oh, here we go. Oh, he crossed him over. Oh! No, he didn't. From the corner. Oh, put a hand up. Wait, man. That. Oh. Crossover. Dang. Letterman. Get that man a Letterman jacket. I ain't gonna shoot that deep, is it? Oh, slap him. Oh. Blackboard. Ooh. Missed. Everybody cook him back. Oh, you gotta shoot this. Man, that's disrespectful. Let's go,
But you did get one shot on him.
Yeah, one shot. One shot.
Yeah, it looked good too.
Thank you.
All right, man. So Keegan, man, tell me what's your views about the afterlife.
So I think biologically, when you die, your pineal gland releases DMT in your brain,
Okay.
and that probably sends you to a different dimension. If I had to take a guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So how did you come to that belief system?
I don't know. It's just like if you read biology and stuff like that, then DMT is released in all living organisms
Okay.
when they die.
So you go into a different dimension. What do you mean by that?
That's something that I guess I can't necessarily, describe.
Okay.
But if you've ever done DMT, you probably know.
Is DMT?
I have.
You did DMT?
I've done DMT, and so what I'm gonna say is, so you go into trip and the spiral starts happening, and you go in the zone.
Yeah,
But
like
what?
goofy tunnel.
Yeah, but what happens after the drug wears off very quickly? So you're back to reality.
Well, yeah, that's when you take DMT, but when you die, the DMT is released in your brain. You probably just, go to whatever version of heaven or hell you think
How
it is.
long is your brain like actively running after that, do you think?
For it to, how long do you think you'll be projected into this place?
I think they actually studied it, and it's 15 minutes or so. But if you're on DMT, time's not a real thing, so time will fluctuate. You could probably be in there forever.
Well, if you're dead, you're dead.
Well, yeah, you're dead after 15 minutes, and
Yeah. So what
you start
happens after
decomposing.
15 minutes?
You're just dead. You're dead. Yeah.
It-
You'd start decomposing.
So you don't believe in God's existence at all?
I mean, I believe in a higher power existence, maybe
Okay.
on some level, but just not the way that God has been projected to me throughout my life. I've been to like every kind of church, been to like Pentecostal, Catholic, Baptist, all that shit. But
Yeah.
it's just nothing really ever stuck with me.
Sure.
I'm more based on like science. I
Oh yeah,
guess.
man.
Yeah.
Right.
But I still have like spirituality aspect.
Yeah, man. Now, of course, you don't believe in scientific possibility that nothing created everything, right? Like,
Well, yeah, that's probably what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all right, sorry, here's a quick illustration, because I know you're a sharp guy, man. So you walk into this building, and of course you don't say, man, this building just created itself.
No.
Of course, we know there's a builder because we see a building, right? Of course you don't walk outside and go, I think this stuff just created itself. You just believe.
Well, I believe in like evolution and stuff
Okay.
like that, you know, and what's it called? Entropy. So the whole Big Bang thing happening, that's kind of what a lot of people use to like discredit it.
Right.
Which we still don't know if that's like a fact for
True.
sure.
Right.
But we can measure entropy through science.
Okay.
Entropy is just energy slowing down. And so as
Okay.
energy is slowing down, it produces itself into these forms, which
Sure.
are usually fractal forms, which
Right.
kind of goes back to the DMT thing.
Right.
And then, yeah, from there you get evolution, you know, organisms. One thing I do believe though is in panspermia. Do you know what that is?
Explain.
Panspermia is the idea that life originated from somewhere other than Earth.
Well,
So-
like alien maybe
Yeah.
brought it. Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
like in 1997, NASA found like a frozen asteroid
Mm-hmm.
in Antarctica that had bacteria poop on it, essentially.
Sure.
That was not from here. Like,
Wow.
so people believe that like, you know, asteroids crashing to Earth, early formation, could have sparked life. The other theory is that like the atmosphere and
Yep.
electricity hitting the oceans caused the forming
Could've,
of
yep,
proteins and then
yep.
the DNA wars, or
Right.
really RNA wars.
Right.
Yeah.
If you look at the world, you have to give an account for why the world exists, right? So, based on your worldview, how do you think the world came into existence? Which one would you gravitate towards the most? How we got here?
Like how far back are you talking?
Even the beginning. How did all of this come into existence? You think like everything, because nothing. We know that nothing can create everything, right? Because nothing creates nothing.
And so the theory is that the radioactive background started producing quarks, which are subatomic particles to atoms and, you know, neutrons, electrons, protons.
Okay.
And so over like, you know, indescribable amount of time, those started
Right.
coming closer together just
Right.
through gravity. And then as that happened, it just kept, you know, speeding up. And then
Okay.
eventually you had like these solar system formations. If you skip a couple of steps, and then that's
Right.
when like the Earth starts forming.
Right.
And you get the dinosaurs, or
Mhm.
really you get the, you know, micro life in the ocean
Mm-hmm.
that evolves into small creatures, and dinosaurs, and
Eventually walked out of right.
all that.
Okay. Would you say you're 100% sure about what you believe? Are you kind of 50-50, or are you just
I'm not really 100% on
Okay.
anything. You know,
I got you.
That's
I
what
got
I'm saying.
you. Like, what do you think your purpose is? Why do you think you exist?
I don't know, just to try to be a good person. I mean,
Yeah.
some people have different theories on like, there's different dimensions, right? So like, Einstein predicted that there's up to like 11, and then some other dude after that was like there's 13.
Yeah.
And we perceive things in 3 dimensions, but we as humans
Right.
have the ability to like predict things in the
Okay.
future as well as manage time. So time is the 4th dimension, which we've already proven.
Right.
So I think that we're just 5th dimensional beings passing through a 3-dimensional space.
Okay.
So that makes sense why I have like
Yeah.
5 fingers and, you know, all that.
All
5
right.
limbs. So
So let's just take God out of the equation here. If God doesn't exist, where did you get your standard of what good is?
it does vary from culture to culture, as
Yeah.
you see in like, you know, different cultures across the world, different religions across the world, right? Like
Yeah.
what's acceptable. So I'm taking a course right now that's like a lot of what you know is societal pressure,
Sure.
essentially.
Oh yeah.
So I've just been, you know, going through that, I
So
guess.
truth is, would you say truth is relative? You know what I mean by that? Like truth varies from person to person, or is this an ultimate truth? How do you think we come to truth?
I mean, I guess it depends on like what you think truth is, right?
Yeah.
But like, there's some things that are like true. Like, this is a carpet.
Of course.
That is true.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. But then like, there's people's perspectives of what's true.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's a broad question, man.
It is. It is. Murder, good or bad?
Bad.
Of course, all right? Sex before marriage, good or bad?
That's a whole nother topic.
No, that's not.
Probably
Okay.
don't want me to get in that either.
Or what about shooting people in the head?
Yeah.
Good or bad?
I guess it really depends on who you're shooting. I shoot him all the time.
to my Vince.
Not all the time. Hey now, I can hold my own.
So I guess what I'm trying to say, if there is truth, if we determine what truth is, then I can say that killing people is great. You know what I'm saying? And you can say that killing people, if it varies from person to person,
Yeah.
then who's right? Why do you think the world got so messed up?
I don't think it's that bad, honestly.
Okay.
Like, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse.
I agree.
I mean, it's just.
So based on your perspective, if you look around, you don't think it's messed up at all?
Well, I think about that all the time. I mean, it's definitely messed up. But I
Yeah.
think it, you know, like the cabal, like the Illuminati,
Yeah.
the Rothschilds,
Yeah.
the Nazis, you know, like tinfoil hat shit,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think the fix is to a world that's kind of broken? How do you think this?
Just be a good person. You know, live your daily life. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
I sure appreciate you. Let me take just a few more moments to show you. You've heard this before, but I'll put it in quick illustration for you. Okay?
Okay.
That makes sense? All right.